At this excavation site in Turkish-occupied northern Cyprus, Turkish Cypriot and Greek Cypriot archaeologists are looking for bones. They're part of the Committee on Missing Persons, set up 10 years ago by the UN and which includes members of both communities. Its role, finding the remains of people who went missing during a decade of unrest that culminated with the Turkish invasion of 1974, one of the most painful chapters in the country's history.
We are trying to treat the wound of the past. We are trying to become a part of the solution of Cyprus' problem.
After they're found, remains are brought here to the committee's lab. Around 1,000 bodies have been exhumed since 2006, half of which were identified. Forensic anthropologists reconstruct the skeletons and establish their identity with DNA testing. The next step, contacting the families. Antonis got the phone call 2 years ago, telling him his grandparents' remains had been found. He still remembers the day, on August 14, 1974, when he and his family heard Turkish troops were approaching their village. They decided to leave, fearing for their lives. But his grandfather decided to stay behind.
He said, take these things for the night, and tomorrow you will return. It was the last time I saw my grandfather and my grandmother. The finding of their bodies is a relief. It's a relief, at least it's a relief.
Others are still waiting for closure. Yildan's two brothers disappeared in 1974. The remains of only one of them have since been found. 40 years on, she still hopes to see the other return alive.
I keep thinking that maybe he's still alive, maybe he's just lost his memory.
The committee says the remains of more than 1,000 Cypriots have yet to be located. But in a breakthrough move in November of last year, Turkey agreed to allow excavations in previously unreachable military zones.
We have this commitment, 30-plus sites over the next 3 years. That started this January, and we're well underway of doing at least 10 sites this year.
Greek Cypriot and Turkish Cypriot leaders resumed UN-brokered peace talks in May of last year. There are still hopes for a deal, but several previous rounds have failed, in large part because of still raw emotions on both sides of the divided island.